let's talk about the Concord rumor. Now, this rumor, I just find it amazing. I find it amazing because this rumor is coming from someone who we've spoken about before, right? Dalton Cooper, editor at large. Editor at large at Game Rant. And this is the kind of people that will throw out terms like conspiracy theorist, blah, 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 right-winger, alt-right-winger, whatever. They'll throw out all these terms and say that, oh, we only speak from unverified sources. But then he'll have the audacity to write a fucking article like this. So let's read it. It says, rumor, Concord could be preparing for a comeback. Now, you're probably reading this and thinking to yourself, gee, that sounds fucking stupid. Why would they be coming back? Concord should not be coming back at all. And even if it does, that's the worst idea to bring it back so soon when everybody has it in their mind how much of a failure Concord is. Right? Not was, is, because the game is technically still alive since they didn't say they weren't going to bring it back yet. Even though we know that's the most likely scenario. Well, according to this person, the reason why they believe that the game is coming back is because apparently the Steam version of Concord is receiving post-shutdown updates. Some fans think this means that it's being reworked into a free-to-play experience. What fans? That's a conspiracy in and of itself. There's no fans. There's no fans of Concord. You know what's the most amazing thing? And I wish I had Twitter so I could show you. But before I got banned, I saw Booty Adams, right? Khalif Adams, Shill Adams, Big Black Lives Matter Adams, right? I saw him on his Twitter quote tweeting this and saying, man, I hope this is true. This is good news if this is true. Are you kidding me right now? You know how many shills are out there quote tweeting this and saying, oh, this is great news? There are more people quote tweeting it than there were playing the game. You guys are absolute fucking liars. Every single one of you are grifters by the definition of the word. You are conning people into thinking that you think this is good news when none of you motherfuckers played the game when it was out. None of you bought the game when it was out. This is why the game died. How are you going to quote tweet it and say, oh, you're so excited to see the potential revival when you weren't even there for its first life? Are you serious right now? Anyway, potential obstacles for Concord's return include lack of interest. That's a big one. Poorly received character designs. That's a big one. And the PSN requirement. Okay, so let's read it. The Steam version of Concord is still being updated despite the fact that the game shut down over a month ago. When Sony first revealed Concord earlier this year, the game was met with apathy from the community. Sony is best known for its blockbuster single-player experiences, and so many fans were disappointed when Concord was unveiled as a live service, multiplayer-only hero shooter game. Concord's character designs were similarly met with backlash from the community, and when the game launched at a $40 premium product, it was immediately dismissed by the vast majority of PlayStation fans. Steam users on PC rejected it in even greater numbers, with Concord's peak concurrent player count on the platform not even hitting 700 total. Mere weeks after its launch, Sony announced that Concord was shutting down, though the door was open for the game to eventually make a return. So a lot of people are saying that the game's going to come back as free-to-play. And I feel like that's a pretty safe bet, considering all the scenarios that are available to them. That is probably the safest and more likely scenario that's going to happen. But I think it's a terrible business idea to bring the game back when it's fresh in people's minds as the absolute laughingstock of the gaming industry. Why would you do that? Why would you bring this game back when everybody was making fun of you and is still making fun of you till this day? And you haven't even had the time to change the characters, which we know you're probably not going to do that. You're most likely not going to do that. It's not like you're going to undiversify the characters or make them not ugly or make them not for the modern audience. You can't do that because that goes against your ideology. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I think what's going to happen, boys, is that first off, this is bullshit. All right. Just because they're updating the game files or whatever the case may be, doesn't mean that the game's going to come back as a free to play game. It's on its way back. It's returning. Oh, my God. No, stop. Not only that, look at what they say here. Hold on. It gets really, really good. It gets really, really good. Look at this. Tell me you're a shill without telling me you're a shill, right? Look at what he says. If Concord goes free to play, it should do wonders for the game's player count compared to how things went down when it was a $40 game. Even then, though, Concord will be fighting an uphill battle. A switch to free-to-play economy won't magically make Concord's universally panned character designs more appealing, and that is honestly one of the biggest reasons why a lot of players didn't bother with the game. Bro, why are you lying? Why are you lying? Concord had a free-to-play weekend. We already did this entire free-to-play experiment. We did it already. We already experimented with Concord being a free-to-play game. That was called its open beta. And it didn't even reach 2,400 players. People were not interested in the game even when it was free. Which explains why nobody bought it when it was $40. But even if it went free, you're still not going to get a mass amount of people that's going to be interested in this game. Nobody cares. Concord is boring. Concord looks boring, sounds boring, plays boring. Why would you even want to do that? So making it free to play is not going to do wonders for the game's player count. That's an absolute cope. We already saw what happens when that happens. I think they need to just take the L and move on. I don't know about you guys, but I genuinely believe that they need to take the L and move on. Just let it go. Let Concord die and move on. Go try to do something else. Because we already know that you're going to have another one just like it in the heist kind of genre called Fair Games. You're going to have a DEI heist game coming out, and that's going to be your new Concord. Do you really want to release Concord as a free-to-play game and have Fair Games come out and fucking bomb? So now you got two bombs again happening in the same year? I think that's a really bad idea. All the people who are shilling for Concord right now, saying that it needs to come back, whatever, I'm telling you right now, they won't play it. And if they do play it, they'll play it for a week and then they'll drop it. They'll play it for a week just so they can show that they streamed it, and then they will drop the game just as fast as they didn't buy it the first time. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want Concord to come back out just so I can just roast it. Just have it for content. Why not? I mean, it's free. Right? Can you imagine Concord released right now? We could have had so many videos talking about it. Oh, it would have been great. It would have been great, but it's too busy being dead. Right? It's too busy being dead. So, again, boys, this is the most stupid reason I've ever seen for somebody to come out with an article saying that, oh, the game's coming back out again. And they say, we're the clickbaiters. We're the clickbaiters, boys. But they can write articles like this on a fucking whim, and everything is perfectly fine. It's A-okay. It's allowed. It's allowed. I'd rather go watch the marbles. I'm serious. I don't know how many things I'd rather do more than Concord, but it's a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot of things I'd rather do more than fucking play Concord. I'm not going to lie. I'd rather play Dustborn. I'm not lying. At least Dustborn, I can make fun of it. Concord, they try to take themselves serious. And that's what makes it worse. They really thought they were going to be the next big thing. They thought they were going to be the next big thing for Sony.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, they were the next big thing, all right. They were the next big debt. That's what it was. Such a shame. John Winslow says, Hypnotic, play Concord or go on a date with Alyssa. I'd rather go on a date because I could laugh at Alyssa in her face. Maybe I could throw food at her or something. I don't know. There's nothing entertaining about Concord. Nothing. Zero. Guess it would take $3K for me to play it? No, I would not make that bet on Concord. I'm literally telling you, I would not make that bet on Concord. No, thank you. I'd rather make that bet on something else. Seriously. Concord is that terrible.